What's up? Welcome back to D&D Designed. I don't know what else to say, so let's get right into it. One of our players was talking about what exactly was it? Having a personal goal to reclaim the light. So that has some very strange implications with our backstory and just the general world that we have created here so far. So yeah, that's what the job for tonight is to see what exactly that means and if that's even possible. Now, Long, I believe you were talking yesterday about an idea you had on how to make that work. Can you go over that real quick?
Yeah, let's see. Um, uh, oh,
Are you
okay, there
okay?
we go. I was opening the stream and it doesn't say we're online,
It does for
but
me.
the
We
stream,
we're good. I think you just need to refresh, clear cache and refresh. Anyway, it should be good.
there we go. Let's see, how did I phrase it yesterday? A lot of the original concepts and the things that we used to make all this work and make sense was comparing it to the war in Destiny between the light and the darkness.
Hmm.
Okay, there we go. I was hearing an echo. Um, so I was thinking we combine a little bit of that with our idea about how the universe works with what we were talking about on the actual relationship between the light and darkness in our universe.
Hmm.
If I recall, the yeah, okay, so that's how I phrased it last time. My understanding between on the relationship on the light and darkness was that it was an ebb and flow, a yin and yang kind of situation.
Yes.
One would always be stronger than the other, and it would go back and forth,
Hmm.
having periods of darkness and periods of light, as growth and decay needed to be in balance. Too much growth, and there's not enough resources to go around, and too much decay, and there's nothing to use those resources kind of situation. Like there needed to be a kind of balance. Since they are fundamental parts of the universe, multiverse, and all of existence, and have existed before existence.
Hmm.
There's no reason that anything mortal or even God, there's no reason to believe that they live long enough to truly see what the relationship between light and darkness are. Because, as we've discussed before, the gods are not perfect.
Hmm.
Ebb and ebb opposite, really?
I
It's
don't
ebb
know.
and flow.
Is it flow? That doesn't sound like okay.
It's water.
Shut up. Actually, no, don't shut up. I need you to continue describing this.
It made you sound like you said shut up through a boot. What the hell? Anyway.
Hmm.
Uh, so my understanding was that it's a balance, but it's over an extremely long period of time. So my thought was even the gods, which we've discussed, are not perfect, because after all, they didn't know about the pseudo pocket dimension, however you want to describe it, it's the town that we were living in. It was outside of the realm of time and space.
Mhm.
Nothing knew that we were there. The darkness eventually found us, but
Mhm.
the gods couldn't find us until they were called to from within that realm.
Yeah.
That was the only reason they found it, meaning the darkness could do something even the gods could not, proving
Yes.
that it is more powerful than them. So my thought was that the gods that we have now don't, or at least that we had then, didn't understand the relationship between light and dark.
Mhm.
And the whole reason they were okay with helping us defeat the darkness, well, there was a few reasons, of course. Uh, Akora asking for their help being one of the many reasons why they actually chose to help us, just because they like her. But they see darkness as a threat because they don't understand it. They're supposed to be immortal gods, but in reality, eventually, even they will be consumed by the darkness, which would explain why they are okay with it being destroyed. But that's only because once the darkness destroys the gods, it brings about a renewal. The darkness ebbs and the light begins to flow again, regaining control once everything is destroyed and building existence anew
Mhm.
until eventually it comes to a certain point to where darkness then takes over again, erasing everything. It's
Mhm.
not too different from the perceived lifespan of our own universe.
Mhm.
We think that the Big Bang isn't the first Big Bang, or at least most likely isn't. Or at least I personally support this theory,
Hmm.
where
Oh,
existence has existed before.
why aren't my eyebrows moving? Hold on.
I don't know, but I like the idea,
Um.
and I subscribe to the idea of the Big Bang just creates is the moment where everything is created and thus forth and yada yada yada. But universal expansion is limited. It's
Mhm.
still expanding even now, but eventually that energy has to die out. Like
Mhm.
gravity is pulling everything that exists together. Eventually it will pull back into a single point, and gravity will become strong enough, the
So the
universal
light
expansion
just
stops.
simply comes back because the darkness just reaches its peak and then just
Yeah, they both,
it
it's like the
it just goes
wax and
back.
the
Yeah.
wane of the moon.
Mhm.
Like there has to be a balance. It's just that during our timeline, it's now the point to where we're on the back end of it, where darkness is overtaking light and it is consuming all, slowly but surely, until eventually there is nothing left for the darkness to consume. At that point, the darkness loses all of its power. There's nothing left. It starves out and light regains control.
Mhm.
My Until eventually, yada yada yada, and then darkness takes control again. It's just a back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think it takes so damn long that everything that we know and everything, like all the gods, what they know and everything, they do not have the lifespan. Even the immortal races just haven't been long enough or been around long enough to
Mhm.
understand how this relationship between light and darkness works. And so they are afraid of the darkness because in the face of the darkness, even the immortal races are mortal. Everything has an end. So my idea was that the reason they're okay with helping us fight, the reason they're okay with stopping the darkness, is because they don't understand. And
Mm-hmm.
with the darkness being held temporarily at bay, the way we did,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I fully understood this particular part of the conversation, but we're. I don't think light can come back until darkness consumes everything. I,
Um, I
or at the
purposefully
very
left that
least,
little detail out because I wanted to decide on that later.
yeah, I'm not exactly sure. That's why I hesitated to say it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there has to be something. It could just be a matter of time. And since we're skipping forward such a crazy amount of time
Mm-hmm.
to get to the current campaign, who's to say it hasn't been long enough for light to start regaining power,
And that's
or
kind
at
of
least
why I wrote
be
this line
nearing?
right here because that would work really well for getting this character to
Yeah,
successfully bring back the light if the end of
yeah,
if
because
they navigate the campaign sufficiently.
so yeah, for like the backstory for the character, the celestial, the Aasimar, the
Yes.
from our understanding, they're basically the children of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, the gods being immortal, these would be the same gods that helped us fight originally. Or at least they would most likely be. It's possible some of them could die, since not even immortals are immortal. But, the point being, the legends of the war, as they saw it, way back when, would be passed down and altered by time. I mean, it happens with every legend.
Yeah.
So, if her idea is she wants to bring the light back, then I was thinking, what were we playing around with the idea of uh how were we thinking about it? Like having her related to the light itself. I remember we
Um,
had an idea
yeah, we
earlier
we were
today, but I
we
don't
were
remember how we
joking
fleshed it out.
earlier about just straight up having her be a guardian, but I don't want to just put so much source material
Destiny.
from Destiny into this because I do want to, have my own world, not really
Yeah.
just this is Destiny that we're playing now. Just no guns.
I mean, give me some time. I
I
could
mean,
make some
I mean
out of
they do
clouds.
fight Vikings later on. So there will be guns, but that's a story from another time, very much another time.
Wait,
Hmm? Are you okay? Please don't die. That would be bad.
yeah.
What the hell happened?
Oh, the Dr. Pepper's trying to kill me. I don't
Why?
think he's a real doctor.
Oh,
Anyway, um, I forgot Vikings had weapons other than the railgun. What else does he have?
I'm gonna need to dig through the uh my backup drive, the 4 terabyte one over in my
Yeah.
closet in order to actually find the details of it. But I remember basing Vikings off of it was a mech from one of the animes I was watching at the time. I don't remember exactly, but
The one with the was it the one with the girls who didn't have feet? Like they had the weird things around their legs?
no, it wasn't Strike Witches. No, no, it
Uh,
was much. much later than that. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but I remember there being um, some kind of projectile weapons that could float around in the nearby to the thing.
Wait, he had
He
Wolfen Saint?
he
Jesus.
he he was he was completely broken. That's why one of the reasons why that campaign ended immediately after we introduced the mech suit. But
Well, he kind of blew up half the continent, so.
yeah, that was one of the other reasons why the campaign ended immediately after I introduced the mech suit. But he was just completely broken. Anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Let's do the
Yeah, balancing
Aasimar
that's gonna
thing.
be fun.
Uh,
So,
see,
but
balancing an enemy boss fight is a lot easier than balancing a player's playthings.
agreed. Uh, I mean,
Anyway,
it's fair. You did blow up a continent, and me and you are now immortal beings, essentially.
uh, understatement. I mean, you exist across several multiverses, and I straight up,
Have become one with the time stream.
yeah, pretty much. Um, but so I'd like the idea that the gods that this character what
Whoa,
is it
my mic
worships
extends.
or yes.
I didn't
Yes,
know
it
that.
does. I'd like the idea of the gods that this character worships or was raised by or whatever. I'm not 100% familiar with how the Aasimar work at the moment, but I really like the idea of it being the same gods that helped Akora way back when. Um,
Yeah, she is in the light domain, so whatever she'd be related to whatever god we had be the light domain god back then.
mhm.
Lot?
I don't know why I hit O. What the fuck is going on?
Light domain.
um,
Yes.
so that helps. But
So maybe because it is the light domain,
hmm
maybe that maybe that particular god just actually understands the relationship a little bit better, and that's why that is the
so
one.
one thing that we are going to need to do immediately during our next session. She is definitely going to recognize the darkness. The mural on the seal and in the stained glass.
You mean
She knows the
the
story.
Tarask
The
Cthulhu,
yes, the whatever the fuck we decide to actually make it.
the Terathulu, Atharask. I'll have to workshop that.
Yeah, we'll need to figure out what that is, but they definitely recognize, and not just in the way that the rest of the party they think they know they recognize it, but they can't put their finger on it. No, she definitely knows the what do you call it? Basics of the idea behind the seal.
You know, we could have that be at. We could just kind of retcon the Tarask itself and say that there is no quote Tarask. That the idea of the Tarask is the form of the darkness in our mortal plane. And it's like the avatar of darkness, and that's why you cannot kill the Tarask.
Hmm.
It's just that the legends don't fully understand its appearance due to, everyone who's ever seen it's died.
Yeah,
So they kind of didn't think there would be tentacles for no reason.
you said that too fast. Say that again real quick. The Tarask is what now?
Uh, I think the best way to phrase it being that
Physical
it is the physical manifestation of the darkness. It is the
manis.
avatar of darkness, similar to comic books Dark Side. He is a big brute. He's incredibly intelligent, incredibly powerful, and but the thing is that even if you manage to kill him, he comes back because
Mm-hmm.
it's just somebody being used as the physical manifestation of his power. They are the avatar of Darkseid because his power is too great to enter other dimensions, so he's trapped within his own.
I like
So
the idea of her knowing not necessarily the entire backstory and just dropping everything, but the general idea that this is that the thing depicted in the seal is just pure evil, or
yeah, like
the same thing in that world.
like everyone, no people think they recognize it because it has the tentacles depicted. So
Yes.
nobody recognizes it fully as the Tarask, but it's just so oddly familiar.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only one who knows that that's the Tarask of legend, and that it's worse than what the legends depict it as. Because yeah, we've never used the Tarask outside of this fight, and
True.
we never planned on it. Since there's only one, and the original intent was that it was corrupted. But because the Tarask is an immortal being and a world eater, the darkness couldn't fully corrupt it, just because it just keeps going.
Yeah. I
But I like
that
the idea
was
of there was no Tarask. It's
yeah.
always been the darkness.
Yeah, no, it's just been the physical, yeah, as you said, the physical manifestation of the idea of the darkness. It's what
By the way, we
shows
are
up
covering a lot of the text,
with what?
our faces.
Oh. God damn it.
You know, nothing important.
Nothing important. Just everything
Just our
we're working
faces.
on right now. um, but yeah, so one of the things that I really want to cover tonight in this session is what exactly the how the fuck do you pronounce
Aasimar.
it? Aasimar. Okay, sounds good. Aasimar.
Yeah, it's an
Uh,
elongation of the A.
it's ASMR. Got it.
Yeah, the ass smear.
um, but how these beings came, I guess, came to be, along with why they're here. Because I was reading a little bit of this.
We had an idea earlier.
We did.
It was because the darkness being gone allowed the gods to stay around for longer than they were supposed to. They gained too much control in the multiverse because the ones above them, the powers above them, no longer existed. Because without the darkness, the light couldn't be. So the light couldn't come back because the darkness was gone. So they didn't have anything above the gods. So the gods just had too much power and started to expand, creating the ones below them.
I guess that makes sense.
At least that was the idea I played with
Um,
earlier today. I mean, you could
Uh,
just think of it as the same as when Zeus got bored and just decided to create a bunch of demigods.
okay, we'll go with that. Word for word, exactly what you said.
And Greek mythology is ruined.
um, yeah.
Yeah, that could be why everything is so monotone and just stagnant. It's because the waxing and waning, the ebb and flow
It
was
stopped
interrupted. Yeah,
when Audley captured the actual darkness. It just stopped.
yeah,
Yeah, just allowed
yeah,
everything to
because
continue.
light creates darkness, and darkness
Consumes
overtakes
light.
the light.
Yes.
So the light is within the darkness, just completely powerless, and because the darkness is gone, the light can't come back.
Oh God, why is my face stuck looking up? No,
There's something real interesting up there.
I guess so. Um, let's see.
I can't imagine what it could be.
Eh, nothing I haven't seen before. We have we have the origin story of the demigods, but so Aasimar descended from humans. They're
Yeah, it could be that in order to create mortal, I guess, because they're like angels, devas, but those they're not
they are the
immortal
step
per se.
between the demigods and the humans. So we have the gods and the humans, which previously were just the two classifications, I guess you'd call
It
them.
Yeah, it could be that the gods didn't possess the power to create a mortal race, so they used their power to affect a mortal race and to kind of carve it into a new one.
I
And
don't
that's
know.
why they're
That
related to humans.
that sounds
Or is that
like a
literally what it says?
that sounds like exactly what it says right here.
Yeah. I've not actually read it, considering I don't have access to the book anymore and you keep scrolling.
Yeah, I need to stop doing that. It's probably very hard for everyone to read. Um,
There's totally somebody out there who's just like, yes,
but
I
they
can
have a
finally calm
link
it
to
down.
an angelic being. That being usually a deva, uh, deva, provides guidance and dreams. We could have done some really stupid shit with this if we uh, knew about this a while ago.
We still can. They haven't finished their first day yet, so they still have to go and spend the night back at the town in between levels 1 and 2.
True, but I meant just with the vision that everyone has that Long forced on everyone. Uh, we could have done some bullshit with that, but I don't know. I like the idea of the whole party just being at the complete mercy of Long in the beginning.
It's just funny because I'm not even doing anything.
You're
I'm
remembering.
literally
That's bad
just
enough.
I exist and am experiencing nostalgia, and it is exploding everyone's brains.
Pretty much. Um, so the guidance is based on understanding on whatever the being's understanding is of how the world, how the universe works. So we can,
which explains why they don't fully understand
yeah.
light and darkness,
hmm
because the gods don't.
So let's see. Let's make a new file here. What the player knows. So
Kind of
darkness.
funny how we're making the useless cleric friggin' a major plot point.
Well, how else are we gonna use her? She's useless otherwise.
Has she finally healed somebody?
uh, let's not get too far into details. You do remember her comment at the end of the last session, right? So
No,
the
what was it?
darkness, I'll explain it later, off stream. The darkness is a great evil. The is the greatest evil known. Um, its appearance is a tar-like, uh, what do you call it? Goop. Uh, we'll call it goop for
Eh,
now. Uh, uh, in the shape of a, how did we describe it in the description? Room descriptions. We have,
what, the mural?
yeah, we have
It
a
was a
colossal
Tarrasque that
eldritch
went into it.
abomination with giant hordes, a wide toothy maw, and what looks like tentacles coming from its back. So we'll just copy pasta. Perfect. Where did, oh, hi.
I asked what you were looking at up there.
And, eh. So its appearance is a tar-like goop in the shape of a colossal eldritch abomination with giant horns, a wide toothed maw, and what looks like tentacles coming from its back. We can very easily just say that, and it's like, oh, so this thing is the greatest evil ever known. Ever known. Um,
Kind of sad that nobody reacted to the description. I don't think anyone's ever read the description of what it looks like.
well, to be fair, we have one player who has played a ton of D&D below level 4, and everyone else pretty much has never played D&D before. So,
Ah, crap.
I mean, it makes sense. What? What'd you do this time? Are you okay?
Well, because we weren't going to have him join the campaign because we had too many people, I have been talking to him about
Who's
it for a
him?
while. The new person who will show up in a month. So he
Huh.
knows some of the stuff, some of the important stuff. And I don't know if he
And you were
remembers it all.
complaining to me about not. Genius. Um,
You said he wasn't gonna join. We had like 15 too many people. I didn't expect everyone to quit before they even started.
I mean, yes, but.
So I don't know how much he remembers. He
Well,
does know about Long, though. He knows
well,
quite a lot about Long,
to
because
be
that's the main
fair,
subject.
Long, while a very large plot point, doesn't affect too much of the story.
True.
Um,
Because I don't remember what I told him and what I didn't.
well, we'll have to talk to him later. See what exactly what he knows.
Because, yeah, I know everyone knows about
Yeah.
Long because I like talking about this character. But I know that he knows stuff specifically about this campaign, about Long.
Yeah, why? Never mind. I wouldn't be able to shut
I
up about
needed
it either.
somebody to
I know.
talk to about it. He
I
knows
know.
a lot about D&D.
Anyway, where were we? So the gods got bored and made another species. Uh, this species just kind of called themselves ASMR. Sorry, Aasimar.
No, I'm always gonna call it the SMR. I'm sorry. If I ever make one of these, they will only speak and whisper.
That's very amusing. Um, yeah. What? Let's see. What else? So we need to know
So, brace.
the the subreddit. No. You mean of our player? It's a variant ASMR. As
I know
ASMR.
it says under race details.
Yeah. Um, oh, that reminds me. I was looking at her character sheet for a little bit, and I found this background. Haunted one. Haunted by something so terrible that you dare not speak of it. You tried to bury it, run away from it, to no avail. This thing haunts you, can't be slain with a sword or banished with a spell. It comes as a shadow on the wall. A blood-curdling nightmare. A memory that refuses to die. And or a demonic whisper in the dark. Does, does that sound like anything we know? Anything at all?
Couldn't say.
um,
So, you think mm,
we would definitely have to actually talk to her about the
because
specifics of this,
yeah,
but I like that
but
idea.
like maybe what if like because she was so much more interested in the light than the other Asimar that she was actually told stories no one else was told, details no one else was told. What if she was told about the actual battle and just like of what it could have done? So like she has an image in her head from details and such, but it's not perfect.
Um, so yes, they were told stories as a child, kid, whatever.
As a wee
Um,
lad.
uh, you recognized the story the bard told at the beginning of the campaign. Um, and it was extremely accurate. In fact, we could probably say that one of the stories that she was told was the story the bard wanted to tell.
It makes sense. I mean, if she's on the mortal plane, then why wouldn't others be as well?
Yeah.
It makes sense that somebody would have spread the story.
Mm-hmm. Um. um. So she knows about the war, but only bits and pieces.
Yeah, I mean, after all, the gods weren't there for the entire thing either. They were just notified that, hey, we're losing, do something. It's like, what? What? Oh, Jesus. Like, I
Right.
had no idea you guys were even over there. Okay.
I didn't even know that place existed, pretty much.
Yeah. So, like, they were only there at the very end.
And even then, only for a short time. Um,
Yeah, no, they were literally there to help us finish it, and that was basically it.
um, I also want to make sure that we're not digging too far into uh, these informational discoveries that we have set out.
Well,
Um,
the gods definitely won't talk about any mortals. Like, they're not
True.
gonna bother.
We
The only
could,
ones that they even have a
however,
chance of mentioning is Audley and Long and
Akora.
Akora, just because they like Akora. They gave me power, and all of this is Audley's fault. So,
Stories of a great sage named Akora. I don't know. Let's see what else. We could give a few of these away for free. The optional ones, the ones that aren't super important. Um, so I can see how the story would be twisted
Akora hid
for.
from the darkness.
I can see how the stories would be twisted where the great sage Akora, the informant of the gods, was the one that was hiding away from the darkness. Um,
Not wanting to
outside
give
of
Audley the credit.
time. Or maybe not knowing. Uh, the story being passed down pretty much only verbally. It'd definitely have a few missing plot points.
I guess Akora was really the only mortal they ever
Mm-hmm.
really spoke to on a frequent basis, other than all of their patrons, but in reality, it was merely granting them miracles.
Yeah.
Agora was the only one to actually have conversations with them, per se, or at least on a frequent and less formal, I guess, manner.
Um,
Apparently, is not a word.
is not a word. Oh, did Discord's new feature filter it out?
Yeah, I just saw
Impre-
your mouth move and I hear it coming from down the hallway. It's just like, guess that's not a word.
Impressive. Very impressive.
But the sound of me opening my soda can totally was.
I mean, is a sound. I mean, I made it several times in this sentence.
Well, that works.
What works?
I lit up when I burped.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I guess that's a word.
I guess.
I don't know. It's really cool, but I don't understand exactly what it does and doesn't pick up sometimes. It may cut off some stuff, but all in all, it's a pretty good beta. I mean, it is definitely cutting out a lot of the noise that
Yeah.
I know that I used to put out
Mm-hmm.
just because of how sensitive I keep my mic.
These stories of old that the gods told, um, how would they refer to Akora's, what do you call it, significant other? Wait, I'm sorry for this.
Oh, it's better than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say her insignificant other.
her her pet lizard. um,
She was an artist and I was her muse.
I can I can definitely see how the stories would turn you into her pet of sorts. But how would they
Hold on, wait, no,
describe?
this has other connotations. I don't know if I like this anymore. Hold on.
I'm sorry. What did I change?
You might not have changed anything, which is kind of making it worse.
um, what?
Don't read into it. Don't read into it.
I am I'm going to be doing some reading later on.
No.
But her pet lizard um um somehow was successful in banishing the darkness. No, that's a significant plot point. That's one of the required pieces of information that they really should find out. Well, if it's required, I mean, they're gonna learn it anyway. How her pet lizard helped to banish the darkness.
If I
Uh,
recall, the way we had it happen was she died, and the boons that she was requesting from all the gods went to me since I was the closest person to
um, I
her.
think
And
what we eventually decided was that her death, because the gods were keeping track of her, they kept uh, a close eye on her. So when she just suddenly, like, her vitals just flatlined, they kind of just popped up, and I think you just noticed and was like, "Hey, a little help over here, please."
uh, it's something that it's sad that we never actually got to play this combat out,
I know, right?
but
That
so we
campaign
don't have.
ended way too early.
Yeah. I mean, what level even were we?
Um,
Like 4, 6 at most, maybe.
I think we like hit level 5 and that was when we stopped. And we
It's
we were
hard to.
only supposed to be level 15, so we got a third of the way there technically.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna make the characters eventually hit level 20, but in the next, like, if we ever wanted to continue the line, because I had always intended to keep Long
Mhm.
and reuse him in the future.
Yeah.
And of course, making him level 20 because of all the things he did after the campaign.
Yeah.
But like having so little actual canon, it's hard to try and keep things straight.
Uh,
What are you trying to words here?
I'm trying to describe how the lizard was a very important puzzle piece without.
She died before receiving our boons or receiving our power, so we kind of just threw it at the lizard and then threw the lizard at the darkness to see what would happen.
Um, how her pet lizard was nearby when she died. So it received all of the
Their power?
gods' uh, uh, power and was thrown at the darkness.
I can see them just being like, yeah, we just threw it at the darkness. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he went straight at the darkness, but the gods are going to be condescending. They're going to say they just threw me at it.
Yeah. How so?
I just pictured it happening. Just like, you know what? Sure. Just like lizard starts glowing. What? And then just the ground just goes, just tilts upwards and just chucks me through the air. Just like, wee! Lands on the darkness. Like, hi. Darkness defeated. It's like, I can't believe that worked.
So yeah, stories of how a great
Freaking
sage named
turned the
Akora,
lizard into a sham wow.
who hid from the darkness outside of time. Stories of how Akora died in a surprise raid by the darkness. How her pet lizard was nearby when she died. So it received all of the god's power. Uh, uh, so we gave it all of our power, and
And
we
threw him.
threw him
That's not how you
at
spell
the.
throw.
Th-
Threw.
we chew
And
him.
we threw.
We
Hey, I'm long may be sexy as hell, but he is not a snack.
How her pet lizard was nearby when she died. So we gave it all of our power, and we changing context here. We gave him all of our power, and we threw him at the darkness. Yeah, that works.
We can go with him or it. I think it's both are fairly hilarious. It's like
Yeah,
one of
but
them is just like they don't even acknowledge.
I don't think it's correct English to change context mid sentence.
I know, but like change. I'm saying changing both of them to him or changing both of him to it
Yeah.
still works. Because just like it's a lizard. Why she keeps this thing around, I have no idea. You stupid. That only makes the fucking connotations worse. Stop calling me her pet.
Yes, that's the point, though.
I hate you.
um,
God dang it, I was the business owner. I had a restaurant, damn it.
um, Told by the gods of a great sage named Akora who died, and how her pet lizard was nearby. So
So he
yes,
turned him into a grenade.
that gives context to the we. um,
Because in the end, that's all they did, or at least
yeah.
in their perspective, is they turned me into a grenade and chucked me.
Um, Pretty much.
From my perspective, I picked up a freaking Mario and Vince's star and just kind of ran at it.
Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. What else? So, yes, she knows about Akora. We'll just give her that one. Um, she knows the darkness is the greatest evil. Um, so due to what was it? Haunted One background. Um, has encountered
All the blood was rushing to my head.
darkness before. Oh, you finally got tired of hanging them from the ceiling.
I noticed my face started to change color,
Ah,
and I wasn't doing it on purpose.
ah. Wait, you can do that?
Alter self. Why can't I?
Oh yeah, yeah. That makes it easy. So because of her haunted one background, she has encountered darkness before. Um, what kind of encounter was it? Because I can see
It,
knows about its corrupting abilities. That's just a guarantee
yeah.
if you've encountered darkness already.
Um, we
Um,
could. Now, this is just the first thing that popped to mind, but it could be that it's similar to my telepathy. Maybe because she's a favorite of that deity, and because she's so interested, maybe she was actually shown memories of the encounter. And as short as it was, just seeing that thing
True.
destroying a small section in the universe.
You mean
Just,
outside of the universe?
yeah, but like just the utter devastation, even in the mere moments that they saw it.
I can see that being a small problem because she would recognize the castle. We could bring that up later, though. Like later on, we have them fight Akora, so in a nearby
Yeah.
area, we could just bring up the fact that you actually know this room. You've seen it before.
Yeah. I mean that would work,
Has
especially
had
since my
a
flashbacks are a thing. It could just be
yeah, has had
like it could be the video to the audio of the stories she's told.
from
Like just
her.
every description hits the nail on the head, and
Mm-hmm.
she realizes she knows this story because she's heard it and now she's seeing. If we have any flashbacks that are like that.
Mm-hmm. Um, what was it called? The being Deva. We have them gods, just straight up connected to gods in this time, or did we have a middleman of sorts? I forget.
Mm. I think we were gonna skip the middleman and just say that these
Okay.
are the descendants of gods.
Okay.
That
So
like
we
she
do have.
basically is a deva. Because we're not
Um.
gonna be using
True.
actual devas in this campaign. So
True.
there's no reason to, because we're already taking the Tarask out of the equation and saying it's not a Tarask. It's just it is an entity that became known as the legend of the Tarask because that was the best way that they could logic it.
Has had a
So
recurring vision from her uh, god uh, parent. Is that how we want that to work?
that doesn't sound right.
It
That's
doesn't.
not quite how gods work.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if we're gonna stick with the Greek mythology idea, we could, but uh,
God parent. I don't know. What else? Um, thing.
good enough.
Yep, it works. Uh, from the of the war seen Cora die. Uh,
Ooh,
in one of the rooms in this
that
dungeon. Do we
we're
want to
gonna
go
have to be
that far
careful.
though? We need to be.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have to be careful with that one
Yeah.
because my telepathy is a two-way process. I see their past too. So if I see
That's
that
right.
vision, he's gonna snap.
Yeah, let's not. Hmm.
'Cause, yeah, the only reason why they get flashbacks repeatedly is because my life is too long, so they can't get it in one burst. But
Yeah.
I immediately know their entire past. Well, I know their entire past. My brain doesn't really work, so I'm not gonna have any actual knowledge. But
Maybe
technically
that's
speaking,
how she's a haunted one. She hasn't actually encountered darkness, but she's seen the visions from her god depicting the darkness and what it can do.
that's what I was saying earlier. That the story maybe because she was interested in light more than other Aasimar. Maybe she was shown memories by the god instead of just told stories.
Yeah.
Because that was why she
Um,
would recognize what the Tarask was.
um, visions, dreams from her god parent thing uh, depicted this great evil consuming and
Corrupting.
uh, yeah, sure, corrupting keyboard work.
I think it's her hands, bro.
Oh God.
And you've ruined everything. Good job.
Fuck. Shit.
You better be able to pull those back up.
No, I think I bumped Windows D, but my God.
Looks like everything's still there.
Okay, let's not do that again. Um,
I told you your fingers are messed up.
okay, one sec. I'm gonna open my window real quick. It's getting hot in here.
You trying to use your mind?
Hmm.
I think that's my shtick.
Oh, by the way, I learned a trick
Ah!
how to What?
I forgot you had the audio sync. I wasn't expecting your mouth to move.
Well, see, the really cool thing is if I go over here and I have that microphone not pick up my voice, my mouth doesn't move.
At least not nearly as much. It looks like it's just barely
Oh, does it
sensitive to
still
pick
pick
up
it up?
some. Just barely some of it.
I see. But yeah, no, if I take my hand and just put my hand in front of my face and then turn away, it'll lose tracking enough that I can stand up and it won't rotate the avatar when I come back like it was doing before.
Neat.
Yeah, so it works pretty well.
Still
Um,
really creepy to just see you go AFK, but the mouth still move.
yeah, that's how I have it all set up though. Um, wait. I had notes on something from somewhere. What? Hold on.
Yes?
um, I completely lost track of what I was trying to do. Hold on. So
You
we were
were.
expanding the haunted one background. The
It
god
was
gave
right
her
here.
dreams. Yeah, the god gave her dreams. Depicted a great evil consuming and corrupting. And then I had an idea. I needed to check something. It was on my top screen. But the only thing on my top screen is my stream manager for Twitch. So I'm confused. I don't remember what it was I needed to find.
Sounds like your train of thought is what you were trying to find.
I guess so. Damn. Okay, so these dreams depicted this great evil corrupting everything it touched. Um, Creatures were driven mad. Uh, Continents destroyed. Um, I guess removing the period means I can lowercase that.
Yeah,
What
that
did
lack of
I
sleep last
want?
night's finally starting to hit me.
Oh, that's what it was. I was gonna double check this. Um, I can see all of this being true from the visions the god sends her. You know what? What if the god doesn't even realize that it's driving her insane? Just trying to tell just stories of warnings, just inform the character, and it is driving her completely insane.
Ooh, the god or the character?
The god is driving the character insane with the visions that are intended to be helpful.
Sounds honestly like our kind of gods. Not
Yeah,
really helpful, but they think they're doing something.
yeah, that that fits very well. Okay, I can turn off informational discoveries. Think I don't think I need these anymore. So this is um, Player backstory. This piece is given in player backstory. Let's see, what else do we tell? Um, I need to denote the ones we've used with something so dashes will work. Um,
She would know about the second line
this one?
because no,
Oh,
the
yes.
second line.
Oh, yes. Um, yeah, no, we're gonna have to do of a.
It's gonna be a really weird thought process, though.
What do you mean?
The darkness consumed the light, but aren't we part of the light domain?
Yes.
So then, how can there be light if it was consumed?
Because the light domain was recreated after the darkness was captured because of how the ebb and flow works.
But I thought it was halted because the darkness was
No,
captured.
the so yes and no. The darkness's power hasn't changed, but the lack of the darkness's influence has given light the ability to start to come back, to start to reemerge
So, like, the light
and
domain is
begin
the little trickle
fading
of
back in.
power it has.
Yes. Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
the small amount of influence that it's regaining. I see.
hmm Um, um, so you were told stories as a kid. I don't think so.
Yeah, come to think of it, if the light being consumed is part of the stories, it makes all of this sound much more like a fairy tale, like a children's horror story.
Well, that was the idea that I wanted in the intro
Yeah,
to the campaign.
I think this kind of hits it home, but only for the character who actually understands it.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it's just a story.
hmm
Hers being the only character that truly understands that, yeah, this is a real thing.
You were told and shown stories when you were a kid. The gods told you stories when you were a kid through visions and dreams. There we go. This we can put later.
You were told, the gods told you stories
Stories
through visions and
of a
dreams.
great sage.
I think it should start with the darkness before the Great Sage.
Stories
Stories
of a
of
great evil that consumed, that corrupted,
that consumed even the light.
I like it, consumed even the light. Capitalize light. Um, A darn a darn kness.
Darnkiss. A darnkiss. What is that? It's a really dark
Thing.
dinosaur.
Dinosaur. So
Darnkiss.
the gods told you stories when you were a kid through visions and dreams. Stories of a great evil, a darkness that consumed even the light. Stories of a great sage named Akora who hid from the darkness outside of time. Stories of how Akora died in a surprise raid by the darkness. This doesn't read nearly as easily as the previous two lines.
Stories of a great sage, Nemikor, who hid from the darkness outside of time. Of how Ikora died. Of how the darkness. No, it. I feel like darkness should be the main subject.
Yeah. How the darkness uh assassinated? I mean, the same idea, but I don't think that word fits.
Of a great sage who hid from the darkness. You know, writing out a lot of text is difficult when neither of us can words.
Yes. Yes. 100% agree. Um
It's like I can feel a flow of
yes.
how it would be told,
Yes.
but I cannot find the words and rhythm to tell it.
Yes. Um I agree.
We
But
need
I have
either a
no
poet or a
ideas.
rapper.
Yeah, I don't think we're either of these things. Um
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Wait, now hold on.
Hold
I
on,
kind
I
of want
can't
to play
squint.
a
I
song.
can either close my eyes or have my eyes open when I look down. That sucks.
Huh.
Hmm.
Um, the Gons.
Stories of a great evil, a darkness that consumed even the light. Stories of a powerful sage named Akora who hid from the darkness outside of time. How the darkness. I don't know.
I feel like starting the sentence with of helps the flow.
Okay.
Like of how instead because using stories of over and over again isn't
Yes.
good English,
No.
but cutting out the word story and just starting with of keeps the flow, keeps the idea, but doesn't have the repetitive English. So like of how something.
uh, finding the hiding spot. What's a synonym for hiding spot? Hmm.
Synonyms. Brain. I
I know,
almost have
right?
something.
Uh, does that word mean what I think it means? Yes. Finding a refuge. Is that how that word works? I don't.
No. It's
Mm,
you take refuge.
yeah. God, I hate English.
You could apply refuge to the previous line. Stories of a powerful sage named Akora, who took refuge in a town outside of time.
There we go. In a town outside of time. Of. Hmm. We have learned we are not good poets.
I learned that when I was in elementary school.
I remember a really beautiful poem I wrote one weekend in like, God, it must have been fifth grade. And that was the only thing I have ever written that actually worked as a poem. It was like 6 pages long and flowed perfectly. I don't know how I did it. I just kind of sat down and wrote it.
The only story that I ever got high marks for, or any kind of writing piece I got high marks for, was me telling a true story about how another student vandalized what we thought to be an abandoned, but was actually a newly purchased home. Uh, and then I got blamed for it, and I made a small short story about the
Is that how
moral
you spell
dilemma of
sanctuary?
whatever was going on. Uh, Borderlands. Maybe. I think so.
I think I think the best and worst part about the poem I remember writing was it wasn't even an assignment. It was like an extension of, I don't know, it was a
God,
book
it
I
is
was
not here.
reading back then, and there was like a 5 line beginning of a poem that the story described later. It like described the rest of it. It didn't actually have that poem, and I don't know why, but I wrote out the rest of the poem. I don't know.
I don't think poems are supposed to be like 6 pages long.
Uh, it wasn't a poem. It was a, God, what do you call it?
My brain wants to say excerpt.
No.
Is that it?
Um,
Final answer.
God, I don't remember. I don't remember. The darkness finds her sanctuary,
I almost got expelled for that house. That didn't even do anything.
and corrupts it. I don't know. Consumes and
The darkness assaulting her sanctuary, and
of darkness. Um, of an attack.
of the darkness laying siege to her sanctuary.
I like it.
Of her unfortunate demise and of the interesting actions by uh the lizard.
Of her
How do I read?
unfortunate demise and of her unfortunate defeat. Uh, um, what's up, Chendrix? How's it going? Um,
What's up?
just
What's
trying
up?
to words here, not being very successful. Um, God, I don't know. At the deal with the had to deal with the worst type of people today. Going to the family physician and dealing with terrible people. That sounds like a much worse day than ours. That said, our day wasn't too great either. Uh, Work was wonderful, totally wonderful. We were told we could go home. Everything was done. And then, like, 2 seconds later, everyone was like, oh shit, we have to do this one thing that's going to take an hour. No one gets to go home.
That we could have done at any point in the day, but had to wait until now.
Yeah, no, very obviously, upper management completely forgot about the project.
I like all the tiny angry emotes that your face is putting out. It's showing it's your face doing Freudian slip.
It is very accurate. I was not happy at all.
Oh, it's like that Netflix series Lie to Me.
Had the
I saw your
Karens.
micro expressions.
Name family was fine. Wait, I read that wrong.
Uh,
Hey, Long, do you get the? I don't. I'm not understanding.
hey, it's
Hey,
fishy.
what up, fishy? Um,
Imagine if you had the Karens and the Beckys. Yeah. No, I think I kind of get what you mean there.
I
Those
don't.
are
Please help.
uh the I know you've heard the term of a Karen. It's just there's the Karen haircut. It's
Yeah,
typically some woman who is like super entitled and like goes and is like, I want to speak to your manager, that kind of person, and just like won't give anyone the light of day and just has to be right. It's that kind of label.
I see.
I feel genuinely bad for all the people who just
God, that
like the
sounds
haircut and
annoying.
get flamed constantly because I know people who are like that. They're genuinely nice people, but they just like that haircut.
Okay, so we have added line two is personal
Did
backstory
you
as well.
mean to type weapons?
Karens are middle-aged weapons.
Because frankly, I don't think I would believe you if you say you meant to say that. Because yeah, no.
I mean, I'm not gonna uh, deny that one. That's
Yeah, those I used to work at a store that those people really do exist, and it's
I am so
it
glad I've never
sucks.
worked at a store. the stories people tell me that have, God, I am so glad I've never done that.
I think my favorite day at work, back when I worked there, was still the uh the day where I had to run back and forth through the entire store for hours because everyone wanted the coffee that was on sale and said that there wasn't any. When I personally had stocked the shelf full, and every time I went back to the shelf, it was still full. Everyone wanted the coffee because it was on sale and they noticed it on the paper when they got to the cashier and was just like, "Oh, I also want this, but I couldn't find it." No, you didn't look. I have
Yeah.
stuff to do. Stop running me back and forth like a packing mule the entire day.
So back on back on topic. When can you give us money? I mean, we are close to affiliate. We are averaging 2.4, I think it is, viewers per stream. As soon as that hits 3, we will have a sub button and all of that stuff. So soon, hopefully. Came in with 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh, we're getting
Hmm.
tested for corona, so we're just gonna show up in a horde. So that way, in case we do have it, we've now given it to all of our friends and family.
God, that sounds
Because
annoying.
that makes sense. And then let's just order everyone else to leave. Like we own the place now. It's not majority ruled. Get out.
Is 8 even majority? I mean, I
It depends
I
on
have
how
never
many other
been to
people were
their
there.
I have never been to their workplace, but I would like to imagine there are more than 8 staff in a facility that handles large groups of people.
Well, it depends. There's a lot of weird rules nowadays. Like you've seen all the like coffee places and restaurants that have like one, maybe
Mhm.
two people work at the same time because
Yeah,
you just can't
okay.
have too many people in close proximity.
That's
So
fair. If you
maybe.
limit the
Yeah.
number of employees, you can have more customers. That makes sense. How does the movement of the elf work? Is it VR or something? I'm using a facial tracking system with a webcam, and it's just animating the mouth and, well, everything uh, from neck up based on what the webcam is sees.
I think the reason the whole body moves so fluidly as well is because you were setting it up for VR. So it
Yes,
does have the
I
bones and everything.
I do have
It's
everything set
just
up for VR. If we ever do VR games, it'll work fine. But it's a program called VC Face. You can find, I think it's, what is it, hashtag VC Face on Twitter or something? Let me see real quick. Yes. So the only place to download it at the moment is on a singular Discord server so that the developer can uh, provide direct support to everyone that's using it. But it works really well, much more fluid, and it tracks much better than I've seen for any of the other facial tracking systems I've tried. Oh yeah, no, no one talks to anyone like that except for the person doing the talking to.
what?
Okay, that made a lot more sense in my head. Hold on. The person that says you don't talk to me like that is usually saying it because of a response when they said pretty much the same thing to them. Does that make more sense? No?
No, you could have just said they were being hypocritical as hell. Because I think that's
Okay,
what
I
you're trying.
wanted to say that, but I couldn't remember the word. So
Just remember,
describing it was the next best thing.
just remember, hypocritical, because hippo's got a big mouth.
Yes, for the question mark.
But yeah, just
Hmm.
especially nowadays, there's just some stupid people, and it's just the it's just becoming more and more prevalent. And I just
Yeah.
don't understand how people can act like that and then just think that that's okay.
Uh,
So the general gist of how D&D works, at least in my opinion and my understanding, is it is a tabletop role-playing game. The whole way you from start to finish is you don't have to create a campaign like we are. You can run modules and such, pre-made campaigns. But yeah, what we do is we try to hand make everything. So that way our campaign is something nobody else can run because it is ours, uniquely ours.
well,
Well, I mean,
they
they
can run it.
could, but
I mean,
where
literally
would
the
they
fact
get
that
the info?
I want you to think about this for just 1 second.
There is so
Where
much that has
where
gone
would they
into
get
this.
the info
There
they're
is so
literally
much that
looking
has
at
gone
right
into
now?
this that has not shown on this stream. You know that. We showed up with a
Yes.
partially made map.
Yes,
So
but
there you
by
go.
the time we finish the project on stream, everyone's going to be able to run it. There is not going to be a single idea that was not mentioned, at least mentioned on the streams. We want to play something we put our time into, essentially. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to describe it. What's name?
Yeah, that's totally a
Yeah.
Karen. That's a
Uh-huh.
super Karen. I have heard stories of just like, yeah, well, you didn't throw away my garbage at a friggin' movie theater, even though you were at the theater watching the movie. And I know you work at this like random store, so I'm gonna friggin' get you in trouble at that store. And it's just like, what? I'm off the clock. That doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know how they work.
Um,
But yeah,
s-
like we're just trying to make a very intricate story that
mhm.
has a lot of a lot of combats and discoveries and stuff like that. We're basically trying to make a video game, but without the video. We just want to make a game, a story
Yeah, pretty
game,
much.
and
Um,
then you get to create your own character
mhm.
and then play. It's like an MMO, but with just a few people.
That's a really good way to describe it.
But
Although
yeah,
I would liken it to the RPG side of the MMORPG
yeah. If
because
you've
it's a
ever
tabletop
Yeah. If
RPG.
you've ever played a game called
I'm sorry, I'm
XCOM, or
being a
if ever
smartass.
heard of it, yeah, yeah. If you've ever heard or played a game called XCOM or XCOM 2, highly recommend them. The combat in that game actually plays very similarly to how D&D works for combat. If uh, if you're rusty enough to not remember how everything kind of looks and feels. No, you can make a bard called Karen. That might
Oh
work.
God. Oh God, no. No, 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 no. I don't want to play with a. I don't want to DM for a player that does that. That sounds absolutely annoying.
This mead is not nearly strong enough. I'd like to speak to your manager. This is my tavern. Good. Get out. What?
Just doesn't know where to go from there. Just good. Wait, hold on.
I had a skit and I lost it.
Sound like a dying cat.
A bard, Karen.
No, yeah, no, please don't. I, the idea of a Karen who plays a bard would be really effective. I mean, seriously, would be really effective. A boss named Karen. Uh, I don't know why, but I read that and I immediately thought Karen the Kraken.
I was gonna say we could have a sign that says Kraken and some of the letters fell off and it somehow spells Karen.
I think the best and worst part about this is later on in the campaign. I don't
Oh no,
think
we
we.
have an octopus fight.
Yeah, we don't. Let's see. Do I have? Did I draw a
Oh yeah,
thing?
I haven't fully fleshed it out, or at least I need to
Yeah.
rebalance
So,
it, but I do have the octopus fight.
do you remember when we drew this picture?
Oh dear God, that was a long time ago. I still need to actually make the room, but
So,
yeah.
this was sort of an octopus kraken kind of ice hole fight, and just just kind of we need to put a. Wait, hold on. How do I draw a square again? Insert shapes, square. Uh, we'll just say, um, can we do edit text? Uh, sign with name, Karen. Can I center this? I don't. I don't care enough. Yay. Save. Beautiful.
You know, that would work. Switch the R and the A and get rid of the second K, and it's Karen.
Wait. Kraken.
Kraken is
Care.
Kraken.
Care. Oh my god. I hate it. I hate it. This is so great, but I hate it. Security guard for a club. That sounds like I was gonna say fun, but also not. Um,
It does make me want to go to that bar down the road, though.
sounds like you have some interesting nights. So log. One thing I really want to do is tie
You
in
just
this
call me
light.
a log?
I said long.
I heard log.
I think Discord cut out. I'm gonna call you log from now on. So log. One thing I want to do is tie in this light domain. Wants to saw images of the darkness. So maybe not images because this happened long before the gods existed. Was described a time when darkness and light existed. Cool. Also log. Hey Long, you still there, boy? Come back.
I I don't know how to feel.
I'm sorry. That we lost him. uh, um, Can you think of a better way to describe this? This doesn't read very well, but
Was this creatures which have a
yeah,
magic
that's probably a
weapons?
good idea. It shouldn't mention specifically what club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine there being a few let's be nice and call them uh problematic people. That would
Creepers.
definitely be part of a club security guard job. Undesirable. Yes,
Yes,
that's a
the
good
undesirables. That's exactly it.
uh, problematic. I was trying to be nice, okay? But yeah, can you think of a better way to describe
Um,
the second line in this? The darkness consumed the light, but without just simply saying it. Or maybe we could just. Why not? Well, actually, I guess we could just that. Yeah, no, if you can't take it, you shouldn't be dishing it out. Very I very much believe that one.
uh,
Hmm. So the player she was describing having a goal to actually bring back the light. Um, let's do uh, as anything good because this is their what do you call it? In not exactly accurate.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I'm just a happy drunk. Because I just kind of want to sit there and eat nachos and just enjoy the drinks. It's just like, yeah, you're looking a little wobbly. It's like, okay, I guess I'll go home.
Yeah, thankfully I don't really have that problem. I take
That's
like two
because you die.
I take like I take like two drinks and then I pass out for pass out for
You
the
take
night.
two drinks and then you roll a six on your constitution.
Pretty much. Uh Also long gaming. Well, we definitely wanted gaming to be very strong point in this channel, and creating a game also that name also give us the ability to create the game, the D&D design thing that we wanted to do. And Asa's me, this is long, and that's how it came. We played around with a few other ideas, but I don't know. Also long gaming sounds pretty good. Um, the lizard's name is Long. No.
Yes, my name is Long.
Yes.
Long Lizard.
Yep. Not
I am a
spelled,
long.
not spelled lizard. His name is Long Lazard, and the E has a dash over the top of it. I don't know
Yeah, it
how to.
has a accent. I don't know how to exactly put that in on computer, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, ear infections. I got those all the time as a kid. I know your pain. Those things sucked, man.
I think I've gotten one once. I was out of school for like 2 weeks. I was in bed most of the time, just bawling.
Oh, uh, have a good night, Gendrix. And yeah, hopefully it's not too bad.
Uh, so the gods are aware of the idea of the light, but have only heard of its existence in ancient stories, texts. Yes, like that. Oh, that sucks. Does that mean both ears are infected at the moment? I can't imagine how much that would hurt. Ow. Anyway, see ya.
Good
Um,
night.
yes, God, you're making my ears hurt. Ow. See you next time, Gendrix. Have a nice night. Um, they have is championed used in this way?
Uh,
Champ.
you're gonna
I
have to
should
read.
spell it right.
You're gonna
They
have to
have
read to me. I'm in the middle of taking care of something on my other screen. I will be distracted for a few more seconds.
they have championed you speaking to our player uh, to do what you can to uh, to they have championed you to uh, discover, would it be discover, uncover, I don't know, words are hard. Anything you can about the light.
Wait, is this not nerd shit?
Wait, nerd watching two streams, someone else doing nerd shit. Are you saying what we're doing is nerd shit? Because I would completely agree with you.
That's what I was saying. Are you saying that we're not doing nerd shit?
Oh,
Oh,
coding. Coding's fun.
nerd.
Long, Long definitely doesn't agree with me on that one, but I got a few coding projects I've done.
Okay. Real quick.
Hmm.
How do I take a lassoed object and then take it out of the picture so that way I can make a transparent layer so it's just the object?
Are you able to turn OBS on so that I can see real quick?
I'm just in Photoshop. Uh,
Oh, in Photoshop. So it's L for the lasso tool. You make your circle.
you're
What?
not working.
What?
It you got microwaved.
Oh. Yeah, you hit L for the lasso tool, you make your circle, and then I think it's Shift F6? Maybe it's Control F6. Hold on.
Feather selection.
No, it's not feather selection. Uh,
Control didn't do anything.
Control Shift. I'm opening up a thing. Hold on. It's so we have a thing. We want to wait. How do you unlock? There we go.
Right. Okay, that's how you make layers.
So like this, and then Control Shift I to invert, and then you can delete. You will need another layer behind it though. And Control D to deselect.
So how do I?
What's with the mermaid? What mermaid?
Sorry,
D and
I
D
feel
is
bad.
for the cool people.
I was
Why aren't nerds the cool people?
so just putting another layer underneath it makes the background transparent.
Yes, you do need
Mm.
another layer to have a. Unless I'm just misremembering and don't know how to use Photoshop, because I mean I learned back when CS3 was the new thing, so.
Yeah, I it's been so long.
Anyway, if you hop
Sir
back,
Elf. Hold on.
Sir Elf. Should I be offended, or is that an honorific for like a knight? um, long. If you want to swap back to the stream real quick,
Yeah, I have it on
I
my other
think
screen. I'm
I
just
think
trying to.
this would be a good way to at least maybe temporarily uh, link the light domain and her quest to recover some light.
Why do you have discover uncover?
to, oh, um, I don't know which word I want to use. They have championed you to discover anything you can about the light. They have championed you to uncover anything you can about the light.
Ah, so that's what you meant by discover. Sorry, I was trying to make this bit, and it's taken so long, and now I've even asked for help, so it's kind of ruined. I will finish this though, for the sake of trying to learn a little bit more about Photoshop.
That's why you need to make these in advance. That way you can just pop them up on screen and just be like,
It's not
"Bleh."
that easy when you
I know.
just
As a
suddenly.
knight. I think that would be Nofric rather than Asa.
Yeah, why are you cross-classing?
I don't cross class. In games, you like shiny armor. Yeah, shiny armor is looks very nice.
Ah, paladin player, I see.
Or it's not a paladin in Terra. What's it? Is it a fuck the Lancer? Yes, Lancer. The tank.
Brawler?
Brawler. Yes. No. No.
Probably not. Like a
I
brawler would
think
ever actually
uncover
take care of
fits.
someone.
I think uncover fits better, but that's a reasonable description. If you could remember anything about D&D. See, the beautiful thing about D&D is as long as you have the basic human, elf, dwarf, uh, and then your standard MMO DPS, tank, and healer classes, you just make everything else up. I mean, it's literally just making shit up as you go. At least the DM side of it is. The players kind of have to deal with whatever the DM throws at them. But yeah, I think that sums that up pretty well. Be a tank human brawler. Have you ever played Terra? I think you'd like. I think you'd like Terra. Anyway, Long, I think we're pretty much done with this linking the Aasimar to our backstory. That's right, you did
Do
say
you
that before. I forgot about that. But yeah, it's
do
tank
you want to
human brawler
maximize
is exactly
compatibility
how
when
that
saving
works.
something?
I don't, but that's only because I only ever use Photoshop.
Fair. Beep.
So this is the information we are going to give to our player. The darkness is the greatest evil ever known. I should preface this with your celestial upbringing gives you uh, lets you know the following about the world. Okay, there we go. The darkness is the greatest evil ever known, is considered to be the greatest evil ever known. Its appearance is tar-like goop. She's going to recognize that instantly. In the shape of a colossal eldritch abomination with giant horns, a wide, toothy maw, and what looks like tentacles coming from its back. And she will definitely recognize that creature from the seal on the ground. Due to your Haunted One background, you were shown darkness before. You know about its corrupting abilities. Um, Visions, dreams from your god, parent thing. We need to figure out what we're going to call that. Depicted this great evil corrupting everything it touched. Creatures were driven mad, continents destroyed. Um, you were described a time when darkness and light existed equal. Yeah. Do you guys have a Discord for your stream or YouTube? Not yet. Might get around to setting one up. I don't know. Probably eventually, but not yet. Um, where was I? Then the darkness consumed the light and searched for more to consume. The gods told you stories when you were a kid through visions and dreams. We're repeating ourselves here, but that's fine, I guess. Stories of great evil. Do you guys have a YouTube? I have a personal YouTube. What are you doing, Long?
What?
I just
Uh,
look over and your properties for log. Okay. Uh, you're logging something. We I have a personal YouTube. I was considering renaming it for the Ocelon Gaming thing, but I'll probably rename it when what do you call it? When I go through some of our previous streams, like probably when we finish the Nightmare run, I'll create a what in the heck?
there you go. I am
Beautiful.
log.
Oh my god.
It's been so long since I've used Photoshop. That took way too long.
It looks pretty good though. You got the transparency correct. I
Yeah,
don't
I
I
missed
don't
some
I
of
don't
the.
see any background on the
There's a little bit
along
on
the
his
outer.
chin.
Ocelot Gaming. Hey, in about a month, we can change the name if we want to.
Just
Let's see. What was I saying? The YouTube channel. I'll probably rename it when we finish our nightmare run. I'll make a what do you call it? A compilation of all the best moments. Upload that to our a new YouTube channel, and then have that be probably the first thing that goes up on there.
yeah, we were working around with that idea, so it does seem to be a good way to start pulling in more people. It's just if somebody finds that compilation video, maybe they join.
Hmm.
And just
The problem is actually
more
editing that
more the merrier.
video
Oh yeah.
because neither
Yeah.
I nor Long
The
have
the fact
any
that it took that
idea.
long to make a cutout of a lizard.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not good at this.
The gods told you stories when you were a kid through visions and dreams, stories of a great evil, a darkness that consumed even the light. Hold on, I'm repeating myself, like a lot more than I thought. Stories of a powerful sage named Akora, who took refuge in a town outside of time, of the darkness laying siege to her sanctuary, of her unfortunate demise at the hands of evil, how her pet lizard was nearby when she died, uh, how her pet lizard was nearby when she died. So we gave him all of our power, and we threw him at the darkness. Lol. You also recognized the story the bard told at the beginning of the campaign as one of these children's tales.
There we go. I have brought my son.
The fact that that is canon makes me so upset.
Uh, I mean, I'm gonna have to have him turn into a wooden lizard at some point, just as a joke. And
God.
yes, canonically, Long actually does have a son, so there's that.
So this reads well, this reads well, and this introduces the idea. Um, so let's see, we can label this as ideas, not static. Label this as um, Aasimar history. Um, this is pretty much set in stone. You can't really change that. And then this is your quest, maybe?
Yeah, give the lizard magic powers, yeet him at the source of darkness, or the
Yes.
source of all evil.
Um, world knowledge. I think that sums it up pretty well. So we have this is what you know about the world. These are our ideas on your background. History has taught you this, and this is how your actual quest of light links with the background, the story of the freaking bug. What the fuck?
Other than that, something.
It flew into my eye. That fucking hurt. Um, where was I?
Your, your
This
lizard
is.
is evolving.
Oh my god. I'm gonna hold down B. Calm down, Log. You're too powerful. I no. Fishy agrees. We need to abort this evolution. Hold down B. Abort.
Dang it!
um,
I wanted to learn Hyper Beam, man. Come on.
but yeah, Long. So, is there anything you can think of that we need to change before sending this to our player? I think this sums it up pretty well and doesn't reveal too much, but gives a really solid idea of where their character came from, the history of their race and that kind of thing. Or have you not been paying attention? Which I can see happening.
Hey, just,
I mean,
just
you were in
because
Photoshop for almost an hour.
that did not take an hour. There's- Come on,
I
man.
don't know when you started, honestly. I wasn't paying
like
attention.
like about a minute before I asked you for help.
Ah, so about half an hour.
Hey.
Any, anyway,
Um, I always had the stream open on the other screen though. I could see things.
so this all
Um,
because the one thing I don't really want to do is reveal too much, like a big plot point that I'm not realizing is a big plot point. It's one of the reasons why I brought you into this whole design thing to have someone be like, "Whoa, hey, wait, that's common knowledge to you, Mister God of the world, but the players don't know this."
so far I see them because they don't know anything about Long yet.
Yeah,
So it doesn't. They're not gonna like. They're not gonna put together two and two.
yeah.
Other than like, because her in particular, I haven't actually talked to about Long's story. So she isn't gonna know anything about Long when you talk about the pet lizard. As other people
A
maybe
human
would have
brawler
figured it out.
tank in gold-plated armor is now our ally. Um, is it just me or does that sound like Nofric to you?
Well, he's the dwarf.
Oh, shut up, Long.
He's definitely not a brawler. He's that. He's not a
No,
brawler. He's
no,
a straight up tank.
he's the
He's
dual
that guy
tower
in.
shield guy
I was
in
gonna say
Dark
he's the
Souls.
dude in Dark Souls who has the doors as the shield and just stands in a
Yes.
doorway and puts them both up and say,
He,
"You shall not pass."
you will not stand behind Brom. I mean Nofric.
Stand behind Noflik. I'm surprised he never used that
Stay
actually.
in front of Nofric. I think back then Brom hadn't come out yet. Actually,
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
yeah. God,
Good
that was too long
God, it's
ago.
been a long time.
uh, um, but yeah, I think this pretty much
But
sums
yeah,
it
I
up.
don't because
So
like she doesn't know any of the ins and outs of the campaign yet.
yeah,
She's fresh to this, so the only info she has is what's right in front of her. And the only thing I can see so far that might give away more than what we're talking about is the fact that she could quite easily put two and two together and figure out that this is part of the town. And I don't know if you want her to know that this early.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, what's she gonna do with that knowledge? Know that there's a great evil? I think I've sufficiently demonstrated that with the black tar and the
That's fair.
pressure on the temples and the visions of
Hey,
death and
that
destruction.
that is the pressure on the temples is not a great evil, okay? It's a
No, but
great.
But they don't know the difference yet. They think it is. They don't
Fair.
know that it's some
But
that
why
it's
would a
two
great
different
evil be
things.
waddling?
They don't know that that's what it is. They don't know the waddling and the vision and the perspective that they have in the vision is the reason that one, they have the vision, and two, that that's the pressure on their temples. That's something they're going to figure out later on.
Then he waddled away. Waddle, waddle.
I
Till the very next day.
Okay, I can see you making the thing bigger and smaller. They can't.
Wrong layer. Then he waddled. Damn it. Wrong layer again.
You are hilarious. All right, yeah. So I think I'm gonna
I
send this to her. Let me just save. Where did I save that to? What the player knows. What this player knows. Um,
yeah, I mean there is some repetition in this,
that's fine.
but
Because that's one of the reasons I broke it into sections. Because
yeah.
thoughts? Any idea? Any changes you want to make onto these uh, personal background ideas? Uh, this is your race's history. You can't really change that, and then you can change the quest if it doesn't line up with what they thought of for.
I mean, you're not wrong about the ghost lizard thing, technically speaking.
Ghost lizard with magic kill you powers. Uh,
Wait, that's a
there
good point.
there
Do I
is
have
no
access to shadow to magic word kill? Hold on.
you you did have access to it on your level 20 character sheet. I do remember that
That's right.
because I remember I was playing around with the idea of just making the like bringing everyone back in and just doing a singular day of kill the darkness Tarask thing.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right. So we made level 20
yeah,
character
and I
sheets.
remember planning out that I would need to hold on to one of my legendary saves in order to resist the power word kill.
For when your health got low enough.
Did your small brain make a convo with your words? Yes, we totally understood that. The ghost lizard and magic kill you powers is actually already canon. Right? That's
Well, I mean, it will be as soon as I
in a
die.
different timeline. In a different timeline, the one that we have, the one that Long is living in the campaign that we're making for our players. Yes, that is exactly what that is exactly what Long can do.
Yeah, the kind of whole purpose of him was to just make him as ridiculous as we could for the sake of it being a joke, and then we kind of accidentally made him too strong, and instead of trying to fix it, we've decided to just kind of make him a thing,
Have
and he
we
just
ever
kind of
heard of
exists
WoW?
now.
Yes, I've heard of WoW. How can we not? I have played it for about 15 minutes. Um,
Wait, did you?
I didn't like it, and I haven't played it since.
Uh, I
um,
uh,
it
I never had
was
the money to play it back then,
it was
and
in the middle of my Terra days, and I could not, for the life of me, get used to the tab targeting.
yeah,
I
I didn't
was
have the
way too
money to
used to the
play
point and
a
click.
subscription MMO, and there was a lot of free to play MMOs that I really liked in my MMO phase. So I never uh, I never actually gave it a real try, or a try at all. And now my pay to play MMO is Final Fantasy. which I haven't played in a while. I should get back to. WoW Ascension? Huh.
WoW Ascension. Yeah. Ascension classless WoW servers. Is that what you're looking for? Or is that what you're talking about? You have to look up on Google and get the download from there. Yeah, it sounds.
Strange. Huh.
But what is it? Project Ascension is a World of Warcraft 3.3.5 server that allows you to imagine and build a character, dream your custom character. It's all the existing spells and talents within reach, which allows you to experience a truly unique. Oh, I think. Um, how can I describe this person from work without actually saying their name? Long. I think Gigantor uh, was talking to me about this about 2 weeks ago. I'm recognizing some of it.
Oh, neat.
Hmm.
He did say that he played WoW. I
Yeah.
could see him getting interested in this.
Yeah. We should bring it up with him next time. It looks cool. Definitely gonna check that out later. Let me just bookmark that real quick. Beep. Okay.
So if there's no restriction on class, does that mean that basically cross class is just freely a thing? Is that what that means? God, I am getting so much interference. You don't think it's because of the antennas we put on the bottom of my computer, would you?
Did it happen
'Cause
before then?
no. But we also
Um,
put those in when we moved. So I haven't tested it in this location without them.
true.
But I'm hardlined, so I don't need those anymore.
Here, let me hide this real quick. Um, I'm going to connect to your computer real quick and disable that. Um, come on, open. Oh, it's on the other screen, isn't it? Yes, it
Yes,
is.
let me grab it.
Hold on.
There you go.
I just swapped screens. Okay, there we go.
No,
Change adapter options and disable the Wi-Fi.
and I'll just unplug
You're
those
still
later.
there. Perfect. All right, hide that, and now I can turn that back on. So let me know if you get that interference still. Um,
Well, I'm gonna.
the league her with the league server, it's high XP for a while. Oh, good to know.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of MMOs are trying to rebuild the MMO phase, and they all have servers these days
Hmm.
that just have massive XP boosts.
Well, yeah, the early game is absolute shit. The end game is where it's at.
See, that's my problem. Everyone cares about the end game. I'm the only person who likes early game MMOs and doesn't much care about end game MMOs. I don't get it. Why do I have to be the weird one?
I mean, I understand. I definitely get the uh what do you call it? The finding the leveling process and unlocking new abilities and all that stuff fun, but why would you not want to master all of your abilities? I just don't get that. The end game is where you get good, scrub.
I don't know. Maybe it's because the only thing anyone cares about in endgame is min-maxing. Whereas up until then, I'm just kind of enjoying the game.
I guess that's fair. That does make sense. I can see how that would be a
Yeah,
qualifier.
because it's just like what happened uh with one of our roommates in League. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted to join just to have fun with us. We were all playing already, so we tried to teach him, and he didn't want to be taught. He just wanted to play. And then we kind of just ruined the game for him
Yeah.
until eventually he kind of just started doing his own thing and actually got into the game.
And actually became pretty good at it and started
Yeah,
his own min-maxing thing.
see, that's the thing. He sucks at it because he never learned the min maxing from us, no matter how
And
much we tried.
I know, but I know.
League, as in League of
League of
Legends.
Legends.
Yeah.
Um, I think we've done everything for the D&D design thing that we wanted to do tonight. You want to swap over to state for a bit? League. Yes. Why am I making angry face? Stop it.
Are you upset that
No, I'm
I
not.
am native Maple?
Nah, you're good. Hell, I probably couldn't spell League before I started playing League of Legends anyway.
I couldn't after I started playing. I just recently figured that out work.
But yeah, Long,
I
is there
am.
anything else that you can think of we need to add to just the general lore of Aasimars? I don't think there's much.
Nah, there was not. There's not too much needed. I mean, after all, this is
Yeah,
backstory, and it's not even with information about her backstory. If she gives us more and we have find something in there that we can work with, we can always add and tweak. But
yeah,
without any information, any input from her, other than the original idea, which is only a couple words long,
yeah,
uh, I'd say this is a pretty good start point. And if she likes where it's going and fleshes out her backstory a little bit more and gives us more to work with,
yeah.
then maybe we can do some more with it. And I'm definitely still getting that interference still.
Oh, well,
Darn.
that's disappointing.
I'll turn the Wi-Fi back on later just in case the line decides to stop.
Hmm.
I'll just have that ability. That's weird.
But yeah, you want to jump over to state?
And now my headset's beeping at me.
Done
Why
with.
you do this?
I think we're done with D&D stuff. You want to jump over to state?
Um, Headset's still half charged. I don't know why it's yelling at me. Mm, I don't know. I really wanted to take a shower and get that grease off.
Ah, yes, that.
Because I still don't know what it is I leaned against, but yeah, I noticed it when I was,
Okay.
yeah.
In that case, I think we're pretty much done. Didn't need in most of this stuff that's open here.
Yeah, but
Oh well. Backstory
it's
doesn't
good
need much
to,
mapping.
it's good to, keep all the different tabs that we use fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
So that way you don't forget something or something like that
Hmm.
when we're reopening everything and actually working on all of it.
Check out WoW Ascension. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Probably while he's in the shower, actually. But yeah, we'll see you later, Fishy. Thanks for watching, everyone that stopped by, and yeah, have a nice night, guys. Peace.
Yeah. Log lizard out.